It Ends With Us is the brand new movie that's hitting theaters this Friday. The movie is based off of a best-selling novel written by Colleen Hoover. Blake Lively's in the starring role here as Lily Bloom, someone who in her adulthood moves to Boston to get her dreams of opening up her own flower shop. But also during that time, she meets a new man, Ryle, who's played by Justin Baldoni, who isn't just the co-star of the movie, but he also is the director of the film. But as she's going through her relationship with Ryle, more things from her traumatic childhood creep in to maybe who she is and her adult life. Also in the movie is Alyssa, played by Jenny Slate, who is Lily's best friend in the movie. Alyssa's husband's played by Hassan Minhaj, and also in the movie as Atlas, a childhood romance for Lily, is played by Brendan Sklenar. The film is 2 hours and 10 minutes long and is PG-13. Welcome back to a brand new review here on Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Lindberg. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. I talk all things movies, TV shows, box office, movie franchise rankings, and out of theater reactions. So please subscribe, ring the bell if you're new to the channel. Comment down below. First of all, have you read the book of It Ends With Us? Are you going to see it this upcoming Friday? When you see it, come back and tell me your non-spoiler thoughts on the movie. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know in the comments section down below. And also, please like the video. So I want to start in this review by thanking everyone because as you can tell, this movie is not out until Friday. But it means so much to me that your guys' support, your guys' ongoing support, really over the last couple of months, the gaining of subscribers, the more likes, the more comments, has, I guess, gotten us seen by Hollywood, where I was invited here in my area in Philadelphia to go see this movie early. So it means so much to me that I got to go to an advanced screening. I can get reviews actually out in front of the movies coming out for you guys. So keep subscribing, keep ringing that bell, keep liking the videos, because the more you guys keep doing that, the more I'll be able to go to advanced screenings for you guys. So thank you guys so much. Let's get into my review of It Ends With Us. So I did not have high expectations of the lease for this movie. I did not like the trailers, did not like the marketing. I only really cared because Blake Lively was in the leading role. But overall, I'm going to say I definitely like this movie more than I was expecting walking into the theater last night. This movie is filled with characters that are very interesting, cool, but feel like real people. I think that's the biggest compliment I have with this film is, yes, there's sometimes where elements of the film might not be super realistic, but I do feel like the characters in the film all feel like real people, especially when you're dealing with the heavy topics of that the movie deals with, which is abuse. That the movie does keep itself very serious for the first scene until the last scene. And you need realistic characters, especially when you have multiple romances going on. You do need to keep the characters faithful to the heavy topic that's the overlying theme of the movie. And this movie executes that very well. Now, it obviously executes that well from a realistic character perspective because it's a great ensemble that the movie has put together. Blake Lively is fantastic in this movie because she's dealing with a lot of different things. She's trying to start her career, maybe find a new relationship, and maybe seeing an old fling of hers that she saw from her childhood. But the idea that she could be becoming someone she doesn't want to be, trying to make decisions to avoid that, all come through with the performance of Lively, who obviously has been a leading actress for a long time, but it is refreshing to see her. It's her first major leading role since 2020. So it was really great to see her back in a leading role. She has so much charisma. You care about her in the film. And she also brings a lot of levity because, as I said, the movie is very heavy, but that performance is really fantastic in the center of it. And this movie does not work as well without Blake Lively in the leading role. Also, from a performance perspective, Jenny Slate was definitely a standout. She never pulled me out of the movie. I'm a big Jenny Slate fan. I was wondering how much of the comedy she would be involved in. She is basically the entire comedy of the movie, but She never pulled me out of the movie. It felt like real conversations, and then her comedy was kind of added to it. So I enjoyed her addition to the movie. Justin Baldoni, who I'll get to his direction in a second, his acting is also very good. You're kind of on the edge of your seat, wondering when he's going to either, show his anger off, or maybe be a down to earth person. And also Brendan Skelnar, who gets a lot less screen time than the main cast, is also very good in the movie. As I said, Baldoni isn't just the co-lead, he's also the director of the film. I think this movie is very well shot, very well made. Baldoni, this is another film. I've seen all of his other films, if I'm not mistaken, from a directing perspective. He directed Clouds, a very underrated Disney Plus movie in 2020, which I think I have reviewed here on the channel. Also, 5 Feet Apart. He also directed. So he likes to direct these kind of serious, sometimes romantic movies. And he brings that experience to directing this movie. We're in Boston, and there's great scenery and locations in Boston that the movie definitely explores, which I enjoyed from a directing perspective. And as I said, I was swept into the characters and making sure they were going to make it out of this movie just okay. But from a negative perspective, with It Ends With Us, the movie is 2 hours and 10 minutes long. And I know it's based off a novel, and again, I've never read the novel, so I don't know what they can edit out or edit in, but they felt like, from my perspective, they were trying to cram way too much into this feature-length movie. I mean, this movie feels like it never ends at some points. It is very, very long. I think the movie, easily cutting stuff out, could have been 1 hour and 45 minutes and been even more effective. But you feel like you get to like a big event in the movie, and you think, oh, if we're heading down the home stretch and there's like another 45 minutes of the movie left, I do feel like the movie could have edited, especially the third act, a little bit more. Also, from a pacing perspective, the movie is very heavy and serious from start to finish, but the first half of the movie really has no tension or momentum going for it. It just feels like the first hour, we're just kind of going through the motions, and it's only watchable because of the actors that are on screen. From a story perspective, I just felt like nothing was going on as it pertains to tension or momentum to the movie. Yeah, we were seeing the beginnings of a relationship, but there was nothing that was just grabbing my attention that needed to happen in the first hour of the movie, because there's so much of it in the last 30 to 45 minutes of the movie. I think they should have had a little bit more oomph and momentum to it in the first hour or so of the movie. As I said, from a pacing perspective, the movie is just not well paced, in my opinion. It's very heavy, and I just wish the movie had a bit more intensity from a plot perspective earlier in the movie to get the ball rolling. So there aren't, and I didn't really care about, I wish we had more Atlas in the movie. He's the most interesting character to me in the entire film, and they don't really use Atlas too much. I don't know if there's multiple, I think there's multiple books, so maybe if he's in the next one, they'll do more with that character. But it felt like Atlas was a character who needed a little bit more character development for where he's been over the last the last 20 years of his life. But we kind of have to squish him into Lily's life. I wish Atlas had a little bit more character development, both in the past and the present. So overall, I'm going to give this movie, I liked it a lot more than I thought walking into the theater. This is not one of my favorite movies of the year, but this is a movie that normally I don't enjoy, but with the ensemble, that was fantastic. A really great leading performance by Blake Lively, beautiful Boston scenery, and characters that I did care about. But as I said, my negatives were the pacing was not great, needed a lot more momentum in the first half, and the movie is far, like 25, 30 minutes too long. So overall, I'm going to give It Ends With Us a 3 out of 5 stars. I'm going to go 64% for It Ends With Us. Let me know your thoughts on this movie in the comment section down below. Like the video, and I'll see you guys soon.